Welcome back, guys, to another video tutorial. This time is a secondary tutorial from when I put the hitch on. So that was my previous video. I'm going to throw a card up to the right here because, hey, that's part of this whole process. If you want to pull a trailer, you want to do something, you're going to need a hitch. And if you don't have a hitch, hey, this is how you do it on one of those JK Wranglers. Now, I have a 2012 JK Wrangler Unlimited. So that's what this video is based on, the 2012 model. Obviously, it's going to change depending on your exact model. You're going to want to make sure that this actually pertains to your specific one, because like the hard lock and different ones have different processes. But got these off Quadratec, so this is the Quadratec hitch. Really, really simple, so watch that video. Anybody can do that one. And what it looks like to me, for the four-way wiring harness that I got from it as well, these are the instructions. Pretty simple. So, strap on your seatbelts, let's give her a try. The tools you're going to need for this one: 10mm socket or box wrench, and a standard Phillips screwdriver. That is it to put this in. Everything's already pre-sealed. If you buy it from Quadratec, everything's already wrapped. It's got the little pegs to hold it in place. It is going to be a very simple procedure is what it looks like. So, let's give her a try, and we'll start from step number one. As with any electrical thing, the first step is going to be using that 10mm wrench. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take off the negative, or the ground, battery terminal. Pretty simple. Just loosen it up. Take her off. So that's as simple as she gets. Step number two is going to be these two screws here on the driver's side rear tail light. So these are the two that actually, I guess, technically hold it in place. If I screw up, it's because I didn't know what I was doing, obviously, but I have never taken this off before. So you're with me on the ride for the first time. I'm not afraid, though. You probably wouldn't want to have a good spot to put these. In my case, I have a nice vehicle, a nice Jeep Liberty next to me that has an easy place to put stuff. Hey, look at that. That came right out. So pretty simple. You can see how it's actually held in place here. I'm probably going to clean that up a little bit before I put it back on. But in this case, we're just going to actually disconnect this guy and then have the wiring harness hook onto that, and we're going to drop it down in the hole down in here. We're going to see where she goes from there. I'm going to say one other thing: when you actually get to the wiring harness, it does come zip tied together. I just noticed that. So I got a pair of wire snips. I'm just going to cut that off, because it's just holding it together for shipping reasons. You don't need that. It spreads all out. Obviously, this is the end with the 4-pole here. It's going to be down below, and that's going to be the end that we're actually going to shove through the hole here once we actually locate exactly where we're going with it. So let me figure that out, and we'll go from there. One more tool in here. I just put my light on my phone here so you can see what's going on in here. That bottom there, you can see where that square section of it is out, and there's a hole in part of the frame there, and then that's all actual rubber down there, like a rubber foam. When I get underneath, I'll show you what that looks like down below. Here we are behind the driver's side rear tire, and right there, that's where all that foam is, and you can see where that hole is. You can see the light actually coming from above, and that's actually where we're going to be coming through. We're actually going to probably cut maybe a hair right there to have it come through here, and we're going to actually use that hole to actually hold it in place. So let's feed it through. So actually, I actually just jammed it through the hole, the 4-pole end right there, through the hole, and that rubber piece actually is really loose in there. I can actually lift it up and push it through. I'm going to get it all pushed through here in a minute, but I'm going to actually first connect it up to the taillight so I don't pull too far. Sorry if that was kind of hard to see, because it's really dark in there. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to remove this guy here from the this wiring harness, and then we're going to actually replace it and kind of go something in line here. And so how it works here is you just pull. There is a little release mechanism kind of here, I guess. And so I just pulled on it, and there she came off. What we're going to do instead is this. I'm just going to keep holding onto this. It's going to plug into the female side. So obviously that's the release there. Let's make sure it's snapped, make sure it's in place. And then this is the male side of the section, and it's just going to go ahead and plug right back into where that got disconnected from the tail light. There we go. Good and secure. And while we're kind of holding on to that, set it on the bumper there, feed this whole line through the hole down in there, the hole in that rubber. I want to make sure I'm on the back side of it, the side toward the tire. If you have two people, this is probably a good place for them to step in and grab it onto it while you feed it through. I can see it down below here now. So you're going to want to push it through until you reach this last little guy here. This is what's actually going to be pushed into that little hole in the frame there to hold it in place. So I'm just going to keep pushing through. And there's third little holder it's going through now. And almost the fourth one. And the fourth one. As it goes through. Come on. There she goes. Since I know where I'm at, and I know I'm good, I'm going to go ahead and actually just put this guy back in. Oh, you know what? I did say I was going to clean that up a little bit. Maybe I'll do that real quick and then I'll put that back on. Okay, well I cleaned it up enough. We'll grab the two screws. Make sure everything's in the cavity decently. Nice thing about this procedure is that it's, you know what, it's just a standard Phillips screwdriver, nothing fancy. Just going to make sure they get lined up with the holes properly. Make sure the left side is pushed in so it's not going to come out over here. Yep, we're good. Put it up snug. You're not going to want to over tighten this, because if you over tighten it, you're just going to crack the plastic. There we go. So we're done on this side. Now we're going to go down below. So you can see here, this is the fourth nub, and I'm going to put it into that plastic, or that little hole there. Feed it into that. Let's see where I'm going here. I'm not right-handed, or left-handed, so it's hard. There we go. Boom, she went in. And now, we're going to figure out where we're going to run the rest of this piping. That's the area that we came down in. If you look at the brighter picture here, we have the bumper over here, and then the brace. We're going to go up and over the frame, and then there's actually another little hole right where my finger is right here. It's probably hard to see because it's kind of so dark in here. You can kind of see it up in there. We're going to bring it over here, we're going to put the next one in there, then we're going to feed it around from there. So the next one went in the side of the frame, then we just let it loose. And then on the back, I think actually on the back side, so this is the bumper itself. There's two more holes, one right here. I got the last one that's going to go in right there. And now, we put this guy into place here. Actually, it's probably like that. There we go. And that is it. So, let me get from the front now. Of course, the last thing you really need to do is come back up here, reconnect the battery terminal, which is pretty simple and shouldn't take more than a few seconds. I'm even doing here one-handed while holding the camcorder. So there we are. You know, make sure that she's solid, and she's solid and good. So that's it. So now when I pull, I plug it in, good to go. When I'm done, I have the nice little cover. That is easy, guys. That is really easy. Quadratec, you did an awesome job on that, because that is super, super simple. If you think you need a professional to install your hitch and electrical wiring for your Jeep Wrangler, you are wrong. Unless you need to pull a trailer that has trailer brakes, then you need to pull wires all the way to the front for battery and everything. In my case, I don't right now, so I'm not going to do that. 4 prongs all I need. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And for the price, that's $75. That's simple. That's as cheap as I've ever had for a trailer hitch and wiring. So pretty awesome, pretty easy. Thanks for kind of playing along with me. I literally just dove right in. Pretty simple. Sorry about the big motorcycle. I live on a street, so. But that's it. And if you have any questions for me, post those below. Subscribe to the channel. Let everybody know where we are. Check us out on our other channels, Camp Geeks and Tech Gooch. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.